Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Taurus. So Taurus, as usual, I'm doing my old trusty tarot deck, so the cards you'll see are from this deck. So Taurus, your reading today is all about love. I think I've never seen a spread that is all cups suit apart from two major arcana, essentially. And it's interesting because it starts with a very small gesture of love or kindness, or even like this brewing of love in your heart. Or even, okay, so maybe I should rephrase that. The awareness that you are love, the awareness that you deserve love, perhaps. Yeah, perhaps that's the better way to say it. Maybe the awareness, the initial awareness that you deserve love, and love all around you. And I feel like there's something that you are becoming more and more aware because of this small gesture of love. Either maybe that you are giving, that you are doing, or maybe somebody is doing. And there's a real balance between you and this other person who, and I want to say, I am very careful with going straight to romantic love, uh, because I feel like love really does have so many ways of expressing this energy. But here I feel like the purpose of this union, however you see this love union, whether it is, fraternal, whether it is family related, or in a couple, the main thing, the main purpose of this union is it's like to be the channel of love, to be the co-creator of love, to be the channel for love to be spread, for love to be channeled. It's like granting a space for love to exist, which is so beautiful, because to me, the word exist, and I use it lightly, has to do with this outward expression. So it starts with an expression. With the Page of Cups, the way that I was seeing this was, a small token, a small gesture of love and kindness and generosity, and this type of high frequency of love, and whichever form it takes for you, Taurus, but in a way that it really sparks something in you. So whether this is you with another or somebody with you, and I am really divided. I don't really know which side you're on, whether you are giving or you're receiving, because the energy is very balanced. And so I feel, and there is this saying that, at least in Brazil, there is this concept that the more you give, the more you receive. I feel like that's the better way to say it. And I feel like this is what is, starting to come to your awareness, because with the Moon card coming next, the Moon was talking about the rising of the tide and the rising of the love. So it's like the Moon, and it's interesting because the Moon is waxing and it's going to become full on the 6th of January 2023. So there's something about the Moon coming to this full brightness, right? That is very illuminating in regards to your feelings, in regards to how you are interpreting, maybe this relationship, or just interpreting the gesture of love, that it's just, it's like this initial stage of this love demonstration. But with the Moon card, I feel like there's a lot that your intuition is already telling you, that really with the 10 of Cups, it's like what starts as a very small gesture, a very small token of kindness and love, and maybe you're thinking that you just want to be polite, or maybe somebody is being polite with you, but really, 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 I feel like what is underneath, right? It's like this undercurrent that is making this tide rise is the Ten of Cups. It's like the desire to be surrounded only by love, to be in a situation that is so incredibly loving and warm and kind and embracing and loving and all of that, that I feel like this is it's almost like taking over, really. It's like, it's, even though it starts small, I feel like the more the moon is really big, like this lighthouse of intuition and sensitivity and just love, really. It's like your reading is all about the love, Taurus. It's surrounded by love. It's, you perhaps have this growing intuition, growing awareness that what you want really is to have this fulfilling relationship, to have this fulfilling love life, to have, maybe I should say this, life that is full of love in whichever way it manifests for you. But I feel like the more you listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, you're going to feel like the tide is rising, like this. It's almost like, when your breath is taken away by somebody, just because, love can be also overwhelming, but overwhelmingly good. And here, with the Justice card, this is where I feel like the reciprocity is very equal, is very balanced. This card was talking about like weighing the heart. So, and that's the reason why I feel like it starts in a very gentle way, in a very small way, with just a kind, tiny gesture of love, of kindness, of generosity, of just giving without expecting to receive anything in return. It's like, sometimes I see the pages as kids, right? As a child. And, when you think of a child, really, it's like the way that they express love is so pure, is so spontaneous, is so free, that there is no expectation that they're going to receive anything in return. And I feel like this is what is growing in you, Taurus. It's like this, maybe the desire to be surrounded by people that are true with their feelings. But that's the thing. It's like, first, you are the one who has to be like, also fair with your own heart, right? Just with your own heart. So I feel like it's almost like you're stepping into one of these plates of the scale, and it's almost like you're inviting somebody there, right? Somebody, the one that you're giving or that you're receiving this from, you are stepping onto the scale and you're asking them to do so, so that you weigh the combination, or how this could fit. It's like, is this going to be the fulfilling relationship, the fulfilling environment, the fulfilling exchange, right? And I feel like your intuition is very on point. It's like it's a very subtle but very sharp awareness that this is the right thing to do, that this is it's interesting, the word that I'm getting is like, it's prudent, but at the same time it's fulfilling. So there is a little bit of a caution in you and in them, but at the same time there is this sense of, I know that I'm doing the right thing. I know that I am being fair with myself and fair with the other. So that's and I feel like that's pretty much the same impression, or the same action, reaction, perception of the other, because it's like they are willingly stepping onto the scale as much as you are. And the reason for that is because here we have the Three of Cups. And so what is beautiful about the Three of Cups here after this Justice is that, you know, I didn't really have this impression about the Justice card until I heard Sen talking about the Justice in the Good Tarot card, I think, that, you know, Justice is holding two cups, which, well, for her, they were two cups over, you know, hanging on a sword. And for the first time, just because there's so much love, and you know, Sen is also a Taurus, now that I just remember that. But anyways, so I feel like the two plates on this scale are the two cups, because the two cups are here and they are aligned in order to co-create love. And the most gorgeous thing is that the Ace of Cups is here. So the purpose of this, and I feel like that's the reason why you are feeling, perhaps, Taurus, that not only this is extremely fulfilling, that you're feeling like the tide is rising within you, right? The emotions are becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, no matter how small it started. But you know how right it is. It's like you're being careful enough, cautious enough, prudent enough, and also very it's like very, what is the word? It's like you're being just with yourself, but also you're being just with the other. It's like you're being true to your heart as much as you are being true with them. It's like there's nothing, that's the thing, there's nothing being hidden, right? If very often the moon card brings this message of, you know, the mystery and the things unsaid and the things that are still in the dark. That's the thing. It's like the moon is waxing, the moon is growing, the moon is about to become this, you know, full, bright lighthouse of, you know, emotions, right? It's like the emotions are going to be shown, are going to be expressed. There's nothing being hidden. And so, and maybe that's also the reason why the Ten of Cups is here, right? It's like the full tide, right? It's like the huge amount of water that is flowing within you, that is flowing in your heart and in the heart of, you know, your partner or your potential partner. Because sometimes I see, and very often I see the tens as a shared path. But the interesting thing about this Ten of Cups, and mostly because the Justice card here is talking about what is fair for you and what is fair for the other. So I feel like there's a lot that is felt by both, but in a very equal manner, right? It's like this very reciprocal type of exchange that talks about the purpose of this union being love itself, the generation of love, the co-creation of love, of pure love. So however this comes to be, whatever is co-created from this union, it is going to be a product of love. It is going to be filled with love, because, you know, sometimes I see the Ace of Cups as like the, just that spark of love. It's like the, it's the awareness of love. Something that starts very small. And it's like, the intention here is not really this yet. Although I feel like, you know, maybe what is becoming more and more apparent to you is that all of the emotions that are rising within you are, yes, that, you know, you want to be in union so that you can spread the love. And love in a way that is as gentle and soft and smooth and very free and very spontaneous as it started. So, and that's the reason why I feel like both of you are willing to step onto the scale. None of you are afraid of being tested, in a sense, of being seen, of being like, what is the word? evaluate it. Because in a sense, this is a type of evaluation of both of your hearts. But when they prove to be so equal, so reciprocal, then there is like this certainty that both of you are in this for the purpose of co-creating more love. And just love. It doesn't necessarily have to be a child, if this is a couple, or, a project, or, it's the birth of love. It's the birth of, the third thing, the third element that comes to being with this union is love, is more love. It's love in its fullest potential and holding space for love. So the Five of Cups ending here, this first part, is talking about the space for love. And what I was going to say about the interesting thing about the Ten of Cups is that here, I feel like it's more evident than the other suits how there is this alignment or this face-to-face, like this coming together of two individuals who hold already in themselves, right? And that's the reason why both of you are willing to step onto the scale, because you're not afraid of being seen, of your heart being exposed, of being vulnerable to the other, because you're very equal. So you see how, both of you, when you come together, the only result possible is to generate another thing, another being, another individual, perhaps, maybe a child that is full of love, that is all about love. It's like, if we were to think like, parents, loving parents with this, and, I don't want to generalize this because, there might be exceptions, right? There might be, a child that is not necessarily loving with their parents just because the parents are loving. And I am very reluctant to really say that, but it's what it's coming through, because I feel like here, at least what I'm seeing for you in the cards is that it, like, the math that comes together is very 1 + 1 = 3, and 3 love, 3 hearts, 3, it's like, what I want to express here is like, it's more love, right? It's like love comes from each one of your hearts individually, but when there is this coming together, it's like the dynamic shifts, but also it's like it's propelling more love, it's generating more love, right? It's like, it's almost like this the knowingness that both of you not only following your intuitions, but following what is right, following what is just, what is fair, individually and for the other, because there's also this concern. There's this honesty, right? Honesty about like what you're feeling. And because of that, even though, I said here that there aren't expectations, from the return of your actions, or, whatever side you're on, giving or receiving. Yes, there aren't expectations, but once you step on the scale, there's something about the vulnerability that you do so, the honesty, the truth about it, that exposes what you are about and how you want to be met. And it's not expectation. I don't know how exactly to make that distinction, because I feel like that's the thing. It's like expectation comes with something that is weighing down. So it would be very apparent to you and to the other if there were expectations, how this would be imbalanced. And since it's not, right? It's really balanced. Then love can be co-created in a way that it's very the Five of Cups to me is talking about something that is being anchored, and perhaps even, yes, in another individual, in a child, right? Because the fives to me sometimes comes as self, right? Self, your own self, your individual self. So you're marking the spot. It's like both of you are stepping onto this relationship, or stepping into this relationship with the knowingness that both of you carry this love in you, right? Both of you are love. And because this is starting to rise to the point that it no longer can be contained just in you or them. It needs to be something else, right? It needs to be anchored onto another thing or into another being, right? Just because love wants to be expressed, be made known, be shared, be felt. So overall, I feel like there's there's a lot of love, Taurus. There's a lot of love. And I feel like there's a lot also of awareness, growing emotional awareness. And like the subtle ways that this relationship could have started, I feel like it's becoming more and more apparent to you that this is this is what you want. This is what you how you express your love. This is how you make this grow. I feel like if you are resonating with this, you will feel this. So just feel the love, generate the love, express the love, share the love. Yeah, so Taurus, I could be, here with this love energy forever because it's really beautiful. But I feel like that's it. That's the message. So I am going to pull more cards for you, Taurus, and also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, you can find the link down below, and I'll be very happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.